Hi girls, I'm just going to talk to you about balance and stability to reinforce some of the ideas that we talked about in class today. First thing I want you to be clear about are the words balance and stability. These words are interchangeable. If something is balanced, it'll be in a stable position. If something is unbalanced, it will be unstable. When we're thinking about sport, there are times when it's really important for someone to be balanced or to be stable, and this is often so that they can apply a lot of force while they're doing something. Equally, there are other times when it's important to create instability or to be unbalanced, and this is generally so that we can create movement. Think about us walking or running. We're stable when we've got both feet on the ground, but we need to get ourselves into an unstable position so that we can actually move forward. For your assessment, I need you to be able to understand 3 ideas and to be able to interrelate them when talking about balance and stability of human bodies. The first one is I need you to be able to identify the cog. This is the centre of gravity. The next thing I need you to be able to identify is the log. That is the line of gravity. And the third idea that I want you to understand is the boss, and this is the base of support. Having a look at my 4 stick figures here, we're going to look at identifying where the centre of gravity is on each one. We're going to look at where their base of support is, and then we're going to relate the line of gravity to the base of support and the centre of gravity. So the first thing is to be able to identify the centre of gravity. You can do this in a couple of ways. You could use a piece of paper and hold it over the body like this and go, right, when can I only see half of the body? Alright, so say it's about there. And then we go this way. When can I only see about half of the body? Yeah, probably about there. So we could say the centre of gravity is about there. So when we're thinking about where centre of gravity is with males compared with females, for females it's slightly lower down, just underneath our belly button, because we've got slightly wider hips and narrower shoulders compared with our male counterparts who are slightly wider through the shoulders and narrow through the hips. Now, another way that we could find the centre of gravity is by using the box method. That is quite simply drawing a box around the body, and you need to touch the outer edges on each side. Generally would do this with a ruler, but I'm going freehand. Then you need to draw diagonals. Alright, so it'll be about there, and yeah, about there. Okay, so here's an approximate of where our centre of gravity is. Both of these methods give a general idea where the centre of gravity is, which is what we want, bearing in mind that we are 2D and a real body is obviously 3D. So just drawing through here, and boom, boom, through here, about there, so there, and this is our yogi in a wheel position, upside down, so they've got their hands and their feet on the ground. I do tend to like this method. Ooh, about there. About there. So you can see this one, it's not, the centre of gravity is not actually in the body. That's okay, it's underneath, and we're going to end up relating that to the base of support. So let's identify the base of support. This is whatever is in contact with the ground. So here's the base of support on our standing person, standing star. Here's our base of support on our person who's in a basketball defensive position. This is our base of support, very narrow, of our falling star, and our yogi, they've got a really big base of support, and all we're identifying is what we can see across ways. There's also the width between their hands and their feet. So, better just do a few labels. COG and COG. Now, the next thing is to identify the log. Now, that is the line of gravity. It falls from the centre of gravity directly straight down. It always falls straight. It never falls on an angle. So we always draw it straight down. And then we're going to talk about the line of gravity relating to the base of support, and we can also add some information about the centre of gravity to decide whether a person is stable or unstable. So this person here, they're standing, they've got their legs straight, so their centre of gravity is, normal sort of waist height. The line of gravity, because they're standing evenly, it falls in the very middle of the base of support. So this person is stable. If we want this person to be even more stable, so that perhaps if a person was running in, they don't fall down, if they lower their centre of gravity, like this person, by bending their knees, so lower centre of gravity, line of gravity is still falling in the very middle of their base of support, they are really stable. And of course, the most stable position you could get yourself in would be lying down, because your whole body's in contact with the ground, your centre of gravity is really low, and the line of gravity would be falling within the space of the body on the ground, which is huge, so very stable. Now, our falling star, we can see this person's falling, and we can justify it by saying their line of gravity falls outside of their base of support, so therefore they are unstable. If I had have drawn a person here that was on a lean, their line of gravity could be closer to the outside of the base of support. They would be in a less stable position. So depending where that line of gravity falls within the base of support gives an indication of their stability. In the middle, very stable, less stable heading towards the outside, really unstable out of it. Then our yogi, their line of gravity falls within this very big base of support, and they've got a lower centre of gravity purely because of the position that they are in. They're also in a really stable position. So hopefully that will help you understand the relationship between centre of gravity, line of gravity, and base of support. It's really important that you can justify whether someone is stable or unstable by relating these three factors together. Good luck.